The EMTIs or EMTs, what,
You know, the paramedics.
every one of them that was in there that worked on my wife, I feel that they done everything in their power to what they could do.
I mean, I don't blame anybody that worked on Mama. They did what they were supposed to do. But it's the fact nobody has the right to say, well, my mother would not have made it.
She didn't have the opportunity because Belhaven was closed.
That's right.
See, because there was nothing in Belhaven.
If we were the first ones to have this problem for Belhaven being going, who's going to be next?
Exactly.
I was still in shock. I just couldn't believe it. She, like I said, that morning we were all fine. We were all laughing. We were having, I just cleaning the yard, talking, joking, and it was just out of the blue. It was just gone.
I wasn't there when my mother started having an attack. It was basically like she had a low blood sugar. So sometimes when that happens, she does faint unless she gets some like sugar in her body that she can eat or drink or whatever. So when that first happened, I thought, well, maybe she'll be okay. They just need to take her to the doctor to get her some insulin and she'll be fine.
They had just closed the Belhaven Hospital. The fact of the matter is we don't know if it would have helped, but we'll never know now.
I don't know what we're going to do.
I don't know what we're going to do.
I really don't. I don't know what I'm going to do when I can't pick up that phone.
You're going to survive.
I know that, but
It ain't going to be the same.
It's not going to be the same.
it didn't matter what I was mad about, what I was upset about, who I was mad at. You know, she didn't go tell anybody.
She never told me you talked about me.
Well, I did. She let me vent, and then she said, "Are you being stupid? Or is it for real?" Or, well, half of it's real and half of it being stupid. She always made me feel better.
We've been married 25 years. We've been together for 30. Have 3 children and 2 grandchildren. We'd been in the yard, cleaning up the yard, and she was fine. I mean, my wife had health issues. She was a diabetic. She had neuropathy in her feet. She would get out there in the yard and she'd rake a wall, and if her legs felt like they were getting ready to give out on her, she'd come to the porch and sit down. Well, she had come to the porch, and I was out there working on the mower, and I looked up, saw her on the porch, so I come on up to the house. Well, her blood sugar had dropped, and it had dropped to 57. I said, well, I'll get you a honey bun. And so I would come in the house and got her a honey bun, and my son fixed her a coffee mocha. And she took her she eat that and drank her coffee, and she was doing fine. The pharmacy had just sent her medicine for overactive thyroid that we just found out that was going on. And within 10 minutes, she had chest pain. And I asked her, I said, baby, I said, do you think it's gas from where you eat the honey bun, drank the coffee? I said, she says, no. And my daughter's boyfriend was here, and my son, and I said, all right, boys, let's get her in the car. So they helped her get to the car and got in the car, and I took off. And about halfway down the road, she got sick. So I stopped, she opened the door and throwed up. And I told her, I said, baby, I said, I'm going to roll the window down. If you get sick, just throw up and don't worry about it. And I took off. Well, within less than 15 minutes, I was sitting at the EMS there behind the school. And I called ahead. They were prepared. Excuse me. And there was no way, that when I got there, she had slumped over on me. And we got her right out of the car, got her into the ambulance, and I sit by the car. There was 6 head on the ambulance. 4 head to start with, I believe there was, and then 2 more came that was on the ambulance. After a period of time went by, Jeffrey Stokesbury come out and told me that she was breathing on her own right now, and they were going to call the air vac. I said, well, where are they coming from? He said, I don't know. He said it could be Edenton, it could be Greenville, but he didn't know. He said, but he went back in. He said, and come back out in a little while. He said, we're going to move over to the school, to the parking lot for the helicopter to land. So I followed behind them. They went over there to the parking lot, and I don't know how long. I know it took at least an hour for the helicopter to get there. I followed them over to the school and waited. And all this time, they had said that, you know, I was under the impression, okay, she's breathing. Everything, you know, they get here, everything will be fine. I said, where are they going to take her? They said Norfolk. So I even called my mother and told her. I said, they're going to take her to Norfolk. They said, well, why Norfolk? I said, Mama, I don't care where they take her as long as they get her there quick. And it just, I don't know, another 10, 15 minutes maybe went by, and the EMTI come out there, and he said, Barry, he says, we've done all we can do. He says, we've got her back 4 or 5 times, and her heart just can't take it. And he said, we've called the doctor, Dr. Boyett, and he said, we just need to call it and let her go. But at any rate, the helicopter landed. They come over there, and the EMTI guy come back out there and told me, he said, Barry, she's gone. Hours going by. I don't know. The good Lord's the only one that knows if she can make it. But at the same token, if they could have been working on her and left, the only one knows is the good Lord whether she'd have made it or not. But we didn't have the chance. We don't have that chance no more to know if she could make it. And without having an emergency, then they're wanting to say, and everything I'm getting is what I'm getting is hearsay. I haven't cut a television on since Monday. The EMTs and the EMTIs, I do not fault them one bit. I feel like they done everything earthly possible that they could do in their means. I have understood that people have said that we have blamed them or whatever. or said that they didn't. I don't know where that come from, but I commend them for doing all they could do. I understand the protocol. I know there's a protocol, but with us being so far away from everything and not having an emergency room here, my wife's dead. And I won't have that chance of knowing. But I don't want them. I don't want somebody else to have to go through this, because I mean, when you hear people out there saying that, and it's coming up and saying on Facebook and everything else that she would have died anyway. They're not God. There's no way that they would know whether she would make it. If it took that or the helicopter an hour to get there, and it takes them 30 minutes to get from where they were to Belhaven, there's no way in the world that they could tell me that she would have died anyway. I don't know that. They don't know that.